Hey everybody, it's SQEE Jvanny back with another video. In this video, we're going to go over some AFK training methods that I've been using in this game the past few months that I want to share with you guys. And I think this could easily become into a series where as I train different skills in the game, I come up with new AFK methods and I could pass on the knowledge to everybody here. So if you like the idea, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below if you have any suggestions. But let's get right into it. Alright, so this method might be pretty familiar to you if you're an avid SQEE Squad watcher, but we are going to kick off the video with level 5 enchant, which is Dragonstone Jewelry enchant. The level requirement is 68, but you could use a magic potion if you'd want to. The magic potion boosts your level by 4 levels, so you could do this as low as level 64 magic. The only con to this method is it does require some gold to make it a little bit less tedious because you want to bulk buy Dragonstone jewelry, and they're around 12k each, maybe a little bit less than that. But aside from that, anything else you need is just the Mud Battle Staff and Cosmic Runes, because the Mud Battle Staff takes care of the water and earth requirement in one. So if you don't use a Mud Battle Staff and you just use like a water or an earth staff, you'll need to purchase the runes separately. So I recommend a Mud Battle Staff if you, I guess the only situation where you wouldn't have a Mud Battle Staff probably is you're an Iron Man, but that's okay. Water and earth runes are only a few GP more per cast, so they won't cut into profits too much. So pretty simple to AFK this method. So you just click once and it'll enchant the entire inventory, and it'll take about a minute or two to do. And while I do that, I'll talk about the profit and XP that you can expect from this. So auto casting is slower than manually casting. You could override and click the spell and click the bracelet, and you get about 1800 casts doing that. Using auto casts, you only get around 800, so it's a little bit less than half the XP and profit per hour. So with the AFK method, you get around 185k GP per hour, and obviously that will fluctuate with the prices of the Dragonstone jewelries. And I can pop up a little icon if you Google enchant Dragonstone. The wiki has a nice little table where you can look up the profitability of the 4 Dragonstone items that you could enchant. So that will fluctuate, but one thing that won't fluctuate is the XP, and you're looking around about 52,000 experience an hour, which is not bad for just clicking every few minutes and letting it ride out. So I actually use this method all the way up to the next method we are going to talk about. So this next method is something that I've been using very recently and will probably continue to use until I hit level 94 magic, or maybe even beyond that. That is going to be casting the Plank Make spell. So to cast the Plank Make spell, there's a lot more requirements than the previous method. So you need 86 magic. In addition, you need to also do Lunar Diplomacy and the Dream Mentor quest. So Lunar Diplomacy unlocks the Lunar Spellbook, but there's a lot of lunar spells that are hidden behind the Dream Mentor quest. So you have to do both the quests to get access to the Plank Make spell. I will put the requirements up for Lunar Diplomacy and Dream Mentor on the screen now because there are quite a few for each. It is no easy task. It did take me quite a while to build up the stats for the quest and also do the pre-requirements and also just get the magic level itself. So you could use magic potions as well for this method, but it's, you know, you're probably going to be around the 86 level requirement once you complete all of the prerequisites for the quests and so on. So in addition to the requirements, the actual spell itself takes 1 nature rune, 2 astral runes, and also it takes 1050 GP each cast. So you will need some money, not as much as the previous method actually I've found, but you need to buy mahogany logs. Is by far the most profitable log to use for this spell. You could also do this with regular logs, oak, teak, but they're pretty much around break even, or you're actually losing some money in case of the regular log. So this spell, even though there is a lot of pre-requirements, it is much better XP wise and also GP wise than the previous method. So we're looking at around 400k profit for the autocast method and around 90k XP per hour, also auto casting. So like the previous spell, you can manually click this, which will grant you around 1700 casts, but on auto cast you still get around 1000. So not that bad of a trade-off, and compared to the previous method, it's around double both profit and XP, and the profit really won't change all that much because mahogany planks and mahogany logs will closely correlate to each other in price. So the next and last method is something very near and dear to my heart, woodcutting. So this is probably one of the most AFK-able activities in the game, but I have a few tips and tricks that can make it a little bit more XP worthy and maybe GP worthy for you to do. So the biggest boost you could do is by cutting in the Woodcutting Guild. The Woodcutting Guild is located in Hosidius, so the requirements are not only 60 woodcutting, which you can boost to get, but you also need to have 75% Hosidius favor to get in here. But the nice thing about the Woodcutting Guild is it gives you a +7 invisible boost to your woodcutting level. So what that means is it's invisible, so you won't see it in your stats here, so it'll still remain the same. But you're going to chop like your 7 levels higher, so you'll be getting experience faster. So also, because it is invisible, it does not mean that you could chop anything above your base level. So if I'm level 74 woodcutting, I'm not going to be able to cut those magic trees. So as well as that boost, I also highly recommend getting the lumberjack outfit, which is what I am wearing now. You get this by killing the undead lumberjacks in the temple trekking minigame. You can look up guides on YouTube, but people say it takes only around 30 minutes to get. I think it took a little bit longer to get mine, but it is RNG based. So experience rates and GP rates. So you need 60 woodcutting to get in, so you should start by cutting the yews if you're going for AFK training. So with yews, you could expect around 35,000 experience an hour and around 100k GP an hour. I mean, we're really here for the XP, not really for the money. It's not that great of a money-making method. Magic's is about the same, actually a little bit worse. So instead of 35k XP an hour from yews, you get around 30k from Magic's. The GP remains around the same, but I guess they're a little bit more AFK-able, so if you are looking to click a little bit less, then Magic's might be your go-to, even though I do find them often a little bit more crowded than the yews. But where the real boost is a little bit to the west here. Once you hit level 90 woodcutting, you can climb up these ladders and access the redwood trees. So redwoods, you get 65k XP an hour, which is about double yews in Magic, so it's pretty nice boost for your last 9 levels. And it's a little bit less GP an hour. It's about 75k GP an hour, and that's banking. So it's less clicks to bank, but you also lose experience if you bank. So it's kind of up to you. If you want to click some more, you could drop the logs. You'll probably see around 50-50 split of people banking and dropping the logs over here. So do as you please, but I ended up banking a lot, and I actually accumulated a stack of like 20k redwood logs in my bank from level 90 to 99 woodcutting. As well as all the other boosts I mentioned, don't forget to grab yourself a dragon axe if you can, and use that special attack because you'll get a +3 visible boost. Not that it's really convenient to chop above your base level because it will drain in 3 minutes back to your base level, but it helps ever so slightly to use that special attack. So that about wraps up the video. I hope everybody enjoyed. A little bit of change of pace, more focusing on AFK ability and training rather than maximizing our GP this time. But if people like this, I could certainly find more AFK methods and share them with everybody. Feel free to like if you liked the video, comment any suggestions down below. You can comment something completely out of the ordinary that I've never done before, and I'll take a look into it, and maybe we could film some videos for you guys. So subscribe, like, comment, share, and have a great day.